calls around 8:45. So look out for that number. We'll call in and give your comments and answer questions based on the topic discussed today. In our last program, you all would have heard how Joseph came out of prison and he was established in the land. And he was in charge of the storehouses. And you will find this in chapter 12, verse 56. And here he had the opportunity to interact with his brothers. And Joseph conceived a plan with Allah's permission in order to get his stepbrothers back to being righteous servants of Allah. In the meantime, you would have noticed his father, Jacob, had problems of his own, and how Jacob dealt with these problems by being patient and by turning to Allah during these times of difficulty. Brothers and sisters, viewers, I'm sure you can't wait to hear the rest of the story of Joseph. So at this point, we will take a short break, and when we come back, we will go straight to Brother Azizel, who will continue the story of Joseph.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I seek help in Allah from Satan the rejected one. In the name of Allah the Beneficent, the most merciful of those who show mercy. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallahu wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. I bear witness and testify to the fact that nothing and no one deserves to be worshipped but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. And I also bear witness to the fact that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the last prophet of Allah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Our Lord, expand for me my breast, make easy my task for me, remove the knot from my tongue, that when I speak they may understand me. Brothers and sisters, all brothers and sisters in humanity, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon us all. Today, our 7th program at IBN Why Islam. Last day we ended where Yusuf took his own brother in custody, and the rest of his brothers did not know exactly what happened, and it assumed to them that their brother was a thief. He thief the king golden cup, but it was a device of Yusuf. So the rest of brothers did not know exactly what happened. Brothers and sisters, we will continue from there. So when the rest of Yusuf's brothers, that is chapter 12, verse 80 in the Holy Quran, when the rest of Yusuf's brothers knew for sure that their other brother would not be returning back with them, they did not know what to do. So they gathered together privately, chapter 12, verse 18 in the Holy Quran. They gathered together privately. The eldest of them said, know you not that your father took from you a covenant in Allah's name, and how you fell short of your duty about Joseph before? So I shall not leave this land until my father permit me, or Allah decide for me, and Allah is the best of judges. Brothers and sisters, now we are seeing that Yusuf's brothers are now reflecting on their wrongdoing, which they did before. Brothers and sisters, they had a fear for Allah. Another thing we noticed that Yusuf's brothers were Muslim, but the devil caused enmity, hate, and jealousy among them. From being stepbrothers, or also they were stepbrothers, you see how the devil worked. He looked for all opportunity to cause trouble for man to give up. They fall for it. And most human beings fall for it. Brothers and sisters, they were stepbrothers. And we are seeing here that Iblis, Shaitan, the devil, he looked for all opportunities to betray man. Muslims, you need to know, although you are Muslims, when you do the wrong, you have to suffer the consequence for it. And this is exactly what happened to Yusuf's brothers. Brothers and sisters, if you remember in the beginning of this chapter, in verse 12, chapter 12, verse 9, remember in the beginning, one of the brothers said, slay Yusuf, or send him away. And after that, we will be a righteous people. So they believe that if they do some wrong and they go back to righteousness, things will be good to them. But watch how much difficulty and suffering they find themselves in. So we Muslims need to know that when we do wrong, we have to suffer the consequence. This is a suggestion of the devil. We need to know that. Who suggests to them that we may kill or slay Yusuf or send him away, get rid of him? So the devil operates. He works like this. He fool man. He loves to make a fool out of man. That is exactly how Iblis works. That is how the devil works. He looks for opportunity. He make a fool out of it. So brothers and sisters, mommy and daddy, children at home, very, very important, try and make your marriage work. A man wants more than one wife. If your wife have more than one husband, would you like that? So Yusuf and his brothers were stepbrothers. And watch how Iblis take advantage of that situation. We, the husband, want more than one wife. But if our wife take more than one husband, how would we feel? Brothers and sisters, when you have more than one wife, you have children, you have stepchildren, we cause enmity and hate among them. The devil likes these opportunities. If we really like our children, we will make our marriage work, inshallah. And that is the key to life, brothers and sisters. Why Allah choose to bring a man and a woman from two entire different backgrounds? It's a challenge. Life is a challenge. Life is an opportunity to take on these challenges. And overcome these challenges. And that is what Islam is all about. And that is what a Muslim is all about. Brothers and sisters, what happened next? The elder of the brothers said to the rest of them, go back to your father and say, oh father, thy son committed theft. And we bear witness only to what we know. And we could not keep watch over the unseen. So brothers and sisters, things happen in front of us, and things happen when we are not around. And it is very important that we investigate and find out exactly what happened, what is going on. And the father said and asked the tongue where we were, and the caravan with which we proceed, and surely we are truthful. So now they went back and they are telling their father, Father, this is what happened. This is what we know about. We does not know what happened to the unseen. And the others that went with us, you can also ask them. We are truthful and we are telling the truth. But children at home, and you Muslims, in the beginning of this chapter, these same individuals and these same brothers relate a lie and false to their father. So now they came with a lie. And brothers and sisters, when you are accustomed telling lie, when you speak the truth, no one will believe you. And this is exactly what happened. When they relate the incident and the true incident, what happened to their brother, their father did not believe them. Brothers and sisters, he said, their father, Yaqub, peace be upon him, said, nay, your soul had made up an affair for you, so patience is good. Maybe Allah will bring them together to me. Surely he is knowing the wise. Brothers and sisters, Yaqub, a man of great insight, never ever give up faith in Allah. Why he believed? Why he believed this? He believed that Allah is fair and just, and Allah is always with the patient. So a man that lose one son, and now is losing a next son, still did not lose hope in Allah. And brothers and sisters, why? A man that believed that his Creator, who created everything from nothing into something, is fair, truth, and just. And he it is that controls everything. So, brothers and sisters, what happened next? When the news came to Yaqub, brothers and sisters, and when his son related to them what happened, that this next son now find himself in problem, he turned away from his children. And he said, oh, my sorrow for Yusuf. And his eye was filled with tears. Brothers and sisters, a man that came and went, one of the greatest men that ever walked on the face of this earth, Yaqub. A man that cried and shed tears. For who? For what? For a child. How many of us Muslims today really like our children? Would we shed tears for them? Would we cry for them? Would we do everything in our power to see that they succeed in the right way? Brothers and sisters, Yaqub knew that Allah chose Yusuf and will never waste the reward of the doer of God. That was the faith and confidence that that man had. When Yusuf was small and he had that dream, Yaqub became an old man, a depressed man, and yet never give up hope that one day my Creator and your Creator, who create everything from nothing into something, will never, never, ever waste the good reward of Yusuf. And we Muslims ought to believe like this. The good that we do will never ever go in vain. One day we will see it. And this is what Islam is all about. All the things that we do in this world, brothers and sisters, one day we will see it. And we need to tell our children about it. We need to tell our wife, our husband, our neighbors, tell this whole wide world that one day you will stand before your Creator, and every single thing that you do, you will give account of it. And Jacob is telling this whole wide world that mine two sons, they were a doer of good. Mine Creator chose them for their piety, for their goodness, for their faith and confidence in Allah. And that was the faith that the man always keep banking on. That Creator will never fail me. And his life is all about. When every single thing in this whole wide world fails, your Creator Allah will never ever fail you. And this is what this man is telling the whole wide world. This is where this man put his faith, trust, and confidence in. The one who creates and holds up that vast canopy over our head, that heaven, that has no beginning nor end. That Creator that we call Allah, who creates everything, who feeds everything and is not being fed. Allah don't get hungry. He don't get tired. He does not need everything. And that is the one that Jacob put his faith, trust, and confidence in. Brothers and sisters, mine Creator will never fail me, and mine Creator Allah will never fail the Muslims. And Muslims, you need to know that Allah will never ever fail us. Brothers and sisters, what happened next? Jacob's son turned around and told him, they said, by Allah, you will not cease remembering Yusuf till you are a prey of disease, until them disease overtake you, or are you dead? That was the grief that Jacob had for Yusuf. He said, Father, you will never from small, how much years have passed and you still continue? Why? Father, as long, so Yusuf brothers are saying, brothers and sisters, Yusuf brothers are saying and telling their father, and in mine words they are saying, Father, as long as you live, you will never forget Yusuf. Why, Father? Tell me, if Jacob was not telling this whole wide world, how could I give up in Allah when Allah is the one that controls everything? How? I will dead so. In other words, I put it like this. Jacob is telling this whole wide world, I will dead so. I will dead in that belief. I will never give up in that belief. If it take me a lifetime, I will never. And the faith and confidence I have in that Creator, I know that Creator will never fail me. And this is what Islam is all about, brothers and sisters. This world is not mine home. And just a passing through. Treasures are belayed somewhere beyond that blue. If heaven's not mine home, then Lord, what shall I do? Brothers and sisters, this is what Islam is all about, and this is what a Muslim is all about. The day you close your eyes and see heaven is not your home, what will happen? And this was Jacob's main concern. What will happen to me? What will happen to my children? What will happen to Muslims to come in later generation? Today I am a Muslim. And if I fail and I give up in the trials and difficulty in life, thousands and millions of years down the road, what will happen to the rest of Muslims? This was Jacob's concern. How could I give up? So brothers and sisters, at this point, we would like to take a short break, and we will be right back to continue the topic, Yusuf. Brothers and sisters, welcome back. And before we went on a break, we said that Jacob, peace be upon him, his sons were telling him, Father, you will never ever forget Yusuf. But brothers and sisters, the day you become a parent, then you see the value of having children. And as parents, we need to know, and as Muslims, we need to know that the children that Allah provides you with and gifted you with, it is a gift of Allah. They did not come by mistake, and they did not come by guess. And we parents and we Muslims, we need to appreciate the gift of Allah. And this is exactly what Jacob is telling this whole wide world. That is mine, son. These are mine children. And in this whole wide world, Allah choose no one to give those children to except me. Allah choose me, Jacob, out of this whole wide world and provide these children for me. And I have to find a way to make it work. And that is what a man is all about. That is what a Muslim is all about. Find a way. When challenges and difficulties and obstacles come your way, find a way out. And this is what Jacob is telling this whole wide world, I will never give up. And this is what a parent is all about. That is my child. That is my gift that Creator provides for me. Brothers and sisters, and Jacob further continued to say, in chapter 12, verse 86, I complain of my grief and sorrow to no one except Allah. Jacob is telling this whole wide world, who should I turn to? Where should I turn to? Who can help me? The one who creates and nourishes everything from nothing into something, Allah. The ever-living, the self-subsisting from whom all subsist. Should I turn to anyone else except him? This is what Jacob is telling his whole wide world. My grief, my sorrow, my years and years and years of difficulty, I turn to no one beside Allah. Brothers and sisters, Jacob was a man when he wanted help. He turned to no one except Allah. Jacob knew that Allah will never, never, ever fail him. This is what Islam is all about. Brothers and sisters, Allah continues to relate in His words of inspiration and guidance. And hear the words of this man, Jacob. The words that Jacob is choosing to tell this whole wide world, brothers and sisters, an incident, a real event that took place thousands and thousands and thousands of years before our time, this Creator Allah chose to bring this incident of Yusuf and Jacob. And Allah wants to tell this whole wide world. And hear what Jacob is telling this whole wide world. He said, "Oh my sons, go and inquire about Yusuf and his brother." Brothers and sisters, Jacob become an old man. Jacob could hardly do anything and walk around much. And Jacob is telling these sons, go and find out. Go and look. Go and see. And that was the faith and confidence that Jacob had. Brothers and sisters, today I want to tell this whole wide world, one of the greatest gifts that we can have is to be a Muslim. One of the greatest things that Allah bestow upon us, we are Muslims. And we need to appreciate that. We need to appreciate that, brothers and sisters. And Jacob is telling this whole wide world, sons, go and look for your other two brothers. That Creator that I worship, that Creator that I raise my hands to and bow my head to, that Creator that I call out to Allah, that Creator will never, never, ever fail me. Go. Go into the city. Go and look for Yusuf and his brothers. And this is what faith is all about. Brothers and sisters, many of us Muslims, one of our main faults is we don't have faith and confidence in ourselves. And we don't have faith and confidence in Allah. We don't believe in ourselves that we could do it and we could make it. We don't believe in ourselves that we could become number one. How could we become number one if we don't have faith in ourselves? How could Allah help us if we don't have that faith and confidence within ourselves? And this is what the man Jacob was all about. Knew nothing. He could not go for himself. Old age has overtaken him. But although old age overtook Jacob, his faith and confidence in Allah continued to increase. Tell me, is this not life? Is this not reality? His strength was losing him. But yet his faith and confidence in Allah were increasing and increasing and increasing. And this is what Islam is all about. Today I am here and tomorrow I may never, never, ever get up to see that sunrise in the morning. I may never, ever get up to see my son in the morning. I live in hope that Allah will permit me to get up tomorrow. And that man Jacob live in hope that my son is still alive. So brothers and sisters, this is what Islam is all about, faith and confidence. Jacob is saying, sons, Allah will never let the work of a Muslim go in vain. And Muslim, you need to know that. We need to understand that. We need to tell our children that it will never, never, every good you do, one day you will see it. One day it will confront you. And every wrong that you do, one day it will confront you. To live, we may live for tomorrow. But to die, we must die. And if we really like our wife and husband and children, we will make sure and instill this faith and confidence and trust in them. So brothers and sisters, one day Allah will reward you. We live in hope and faith. And that is what faith is all about. And you Muslims, Muslims need to know, even if you are a quarter Muslim, I, Azizul Muhammad, is telling this whole wide world Muslims, even if you are a quarter of a Muslim or half of a Muslim, I still congratulate you. It's better you are a quarter Muslim than a disbeliever in Allah. Never, never, ever lose faith and confidence in Allah. Brothers and sisters, it is better to be a quarter Muslim than a disbeliever. But always remember, it is best to be a good Muslim. So brothers and sisters, we need to know that one day we will leave here. Next 60, 70 or 80 years we will leave here. Where are we going? Where would we be 100 years from now? Nothing. Earth, mud. And there are worms and worms and worms just waiting for that day when we go there. So brothers and sisters, what happened next? So when they went to inquire and they listened to their father and they went to look for Yusuf and his brother, and they met the chief who was Yusuf and they did not know. And they said, "Oh chief, this stress have afflicted us and our family, and we hardly bring any money. So give us our full measure. Surely Allah reward the charitable." So they was poor. There was a poor family, and they went to the chief who was Yusuf, and they did not know. And they begged. Brothers and sisters, children, you see how hardship make Yusuf brothers think now? They find themselves in problem. The king's dream came into manifest, into reality. They planned, they had plenty. And when the drought overtake, it is the work of Allah. Allah works in mysterious ways, brothers and sisters. Allah is fulfilling the dream of Yusuf through the king's dream. And when the drought came into effect, his brothers had no choice but to come into the city to buy. Brothers and sisters, earlier this week, I met a man. And he said, "Is you the man who does carry on the program Friday night, Why Islam in IBN?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Brother," chairs came down my eye and he said, "Brother, you made me think." He said, "Years back I had a poultry farm, a chicken farm, way in the back of Freeport behind Chickland," he said. "Prospering. Things were going good for me. A landslip came and destroyed everything in a few years. And he had to end up moving out." He said, "Brother, last week when I saw end up this program, Why Islam, it made me think and went back years and years ago how Allah works." He said, "When things was going good for me, I lose everything I had here through that landslip, and I had to move out." He said, "I give up." So when I hear your program last week, it gave me faith and confidence. Nothing happened. And this is the exact word of the man. Nothing happened but with the permission of Allah. Brothers and sisters, This is what life is all about. When trials and difficulties and the tributes and the agony of life come into being, we must stand up like a man and a woman. Face it. I could overcome it. You could overcome it. Only with the permission of Allah. And that is what faith and patience is all about. And this is what the man Yaqub and Yusuf is all about. Peace be upon them. So, what happened next? How they humble themselves. How Yusuf brothers now come humble themselves. Difficulty. They find themselves in problems. So difficulty causes them to humble, to think. And we Muslims people need to know that difficulty is not something to set us back. Difficulties and trials and methodology and ways that Allah used to make us number one. But if we don't make use of it, we will never be number one. And this is exactly what Yaqub and Yusuf did. They use all their trials and difficulty against Iblis and the devil. And they use it to better themselves and learn and learn and learn and increase in faith. And this is what Islam is all about. They turn around the challenge of the devil in a good way. Brothers and sisters. And we need to know that difficulty is a methodology to make us number one. So brothers and sisters, at this point, we will take a short break and we will return right back to you in a moment.
Welcome back, viewers, to the program Why Islam. So at this point, we would like to open up the phone lines and we will take your calls. So you can call in, give your questions based on the topic discussed today, your comments and views about the program. The numbers are on the screen, 645-4426 or 663-8373. Continue.
So while we wait on calls, we could continue on the subject, Yusuf. Callers, we would appreciate very much if people can give a comment or two to see if the direction the program are heading, if we are going in the correct direction, if we are saying things that is interested, things that are important, things that make it think or make it sure on things, or if we should say otherwise. I also would like to know if you have comments that are negative, we still have no problem about that. But if you say it in a good, nice way that we might correct ourselves and do correction and adjustment, we have no problem with that. Alright, just tell us in a nice, good way and we will try to change or better the program in another way. So, brothers and sisters, what happened next when Yusuf brothers reach back into the city? And they bring scanty money and they ask the chief, and they say, Chief, provide us with a good load of food. Be charitable to us. Allah will certainly reward you for it. Now Yusuf replied to his brothers and he said, chapter 12 verse 89, do you know how you treat Joseph, Yusuf and his brothers when you were ignorant? Now they reply and say, is you, Yusuf? So now they know.
Okay, there's a call on the line. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program Why Islam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you all on your wonderful job you are doing.
Thank you.
Very, very educational. And I would like to add, since I have known our dear brother, though I am no stranger to you all, I am from down the Barapur area. Every time I hear him speak or give a lecture, it is very inspirational and very educational. And I carry on this program as long as he is able. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for your comment.
But caller, to tell you honestly,
There's another caller on the line. Hello, caller. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
we lost a call.
Go ahead.
Caller, to tell you honestly, the program is Why Islam Through the Eyes, Heart and Mind of an Ordinary Muslim. So, I is not a scholar, I is not a Maulana, I just like each and every. And some people say, why others cry? Because it's not easy, brothers and sisters, it's not easy to know. When you know one day, Allah states in a book, Allah sent in a guidance, and Allah states, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Iza zulzilati ardu zilzalaha, wa akrajatil ardu askalaha. That creator who creates a red tomato, a red juicy tomato in color from foul filth, is telling this whole wide world a day will come and this earth will give me a tremendous shaking, a tremendous rock. It will destroy and the grave will overturn and give up its burden. Then man will know what he has sent forth for tomorrow. And it's very sad and hurt when you go funeral. There are many people who was Muslims and they die a disbeliever. And I could tell you, they are not mine family. But what Allah said in His revelation, that mine family is all those Muslims. And that is why last week I said, human being will take billions and billions and billions to build a spaceship and a rocket to go to Mars. And those people in Africa, human being life will starve to death. A human being life to us have no value. It is more important to go Mars and see what it have on the moon. And this is what life is all about. We will leave it. This world is not mine home and just a passing through. We will leave it. And you have hurt me when you go. It will happen to me too one day. And mine, Father, is to put it in words like this. The day we close our eye, we will regret the very moment that we live and born in this earth. When all that evil and wrong thing confront you, you will regret. But then you can't do anything. That way of death is only a one passageway, a door that only open one way to go. It will never open to come back. And we Muslims need to understand that. How do we like our wife and husband and children? We will never come back out of that door. So brothers and sisters, now Joseph, brothers is telling, is you Joseph? Thou art Joseph? He said, I am Joseph, and this is mine brother. Allah had indeed been gracious to us. Surely he who keep his duty and his patience, Allah never wastes the reward of the doer of good. That man dead thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. And Allah who created every single thing from nothing into something, choose to tell this whole wide world the word of that man. The word that came out of the mouth of Yusuf. Allah choose to tell this whole wide world as long as we exist, as long as this world exists. Some of the greatest words that ever come out from the mouth of Yusuf. Allah will never waste the reward of the doer of good. We Muslims need to know that. This is what life is all about. So brothers and sisters, now one of the important things, the key to life, we must do our part and duty. Muslim people need to know that Joseph never become number one by guess. Yusuf worked for every single thing that he get. He become a chief. A man who was a slave and a servant become a chief. The king gave him to rule where he want, what he want, and how he want. And Muslim people need to know that you have to work for it. If you want number one heaven, you have to work for it. It don't come easy. And Muslim people need to know that once you're striving in the way of Allah, more you strive in the way of Allah, is more the devil and Iblis is after you. And Allah is demonstrating a real example in the event and life of Yaqub and Yusuf, peace be upon them. Millions and billions of people pass through the face of this earth, and Allah is choosing today to tell this world about Yusuf and Yaqub. Tell me if Allah is not pleased with them. And tell me if you or me does not do the same, if that Creator will not be pleased with us. But challenges will come. I'm telling you, it will come. And it will come in all form and fashion. So Iblis promised in our first program, we said that Iblis promised, he said, Allah. He turned to no one but Allah. He said, Allah is the man. I will wait and wait and wait and wait for that opportunity to make a fool out of man. And in this chapter, Yusuf, watch how Iblis used the opportunity that he has. All form and fashion he comes. All ways and opportunities he look for. He look out, he wait and he wait. Iblis, Shaitan, the devil, one of his main characters is patience. He don't give up.